John here again, and today I'm going to talk about your favorite films of 1997. And I asked a few days ago in a video, what was your favorite film of that year? These are films that are going to turn 25 this year, which is hard to believe. And I got a few responses back. There was a couple of responses where someone mentioned, more than one film, because I know it's a little tough to think about one film, but it's cool. I'll talk about that here. So I'm going to start with the newest comments first. So we have Wild Man Beyond, who says Con Air because it was the most enjoyable. Yeah, Con Air is a great action movie. Definitely one of the best action films of that year. And I need to go back and rewatch it again. I mean, it's been probably a year or two since I've watched Con Air, but I love Con Air. Again, definitely, one of the best action films of that year, along with, Air Force One. That's a great one. And I think someone else mentioned that here. But, Con Air's, again, a great movie. We have DJ Donnelly. He says, here's 5 movies that I like from 1997. Number 1, Bean, the ultimate disaster movie. Always liked this one ever since I saw it on VHS as a kid. I liked how Mr. Bean goes to America to work at this museum, and I like the interaction between him and Peter Monacle's character. The movie goes by at a decent enough pace. The musical score for the film is fantastic. Yeah, I've never seen Bean. Believe it or not, I've never seen those movies. But, DJ says Bean. For number 2, George of the Jungle. A childhood favorite of mine. A fun, harmless little movie with Brendan Fraser. I liked how the intro is animated, then cuts to live action. I thought this was cool. Yeah, George of the Jungle. I remember watching that quite a bit as a kid. Me and my other brother. I know we had that on tape. But yeah, that's a film that I remember fondly. I mean, just good memories of, watching that film back in the day. I would say that's probably the first Brendan Fraser film that I saw. I mean, The Mummy, I would say, came after, which I know The Mummy he did in 99, but, I'm thinking back to, I would say that's probably the first film that I saw with Brendan Fraser. I mean, of course, later on, discovering Encino Man, which is a great one. The Mummy, Blast from the Past. That's a great one. Bedazzled's a fun one. So, yeah, that's a good answer. I mean, again, I really enjoyed that film. And even now as an adult, I can still enjoy the film. Number 3, Men in Black. A fun sci-fi movie with Will Smith and Tom Lee Jones. Yeah, great movie. And I definitely have a memory about that because back then I had a babysitter, and I remember the babysitter's son at the time loved that movie, and he had the soundtrack, and I remember him just replaying that soundtrack over and over again. But yeah, again, Men in Black, I've seen many times, and it's still a great movie. Probably one of the best sci-fi films of the 90s. And, that year, 1997, I always go to Men in Black because, again, it's a film that I just remember watching a lot of back in the day. And even to this day, it's still a great movie. Men in Black 2, but I thought Men in Black 3 was actually a good movie. I thought that was a good sequel. But, nothing can touch, the first one. Men in Black is, again, a great sci-fi movie, entertaining. Will Smith and, Tom Lee Jones had great chemistry. For number 4, he put The Lost World, Jurassic Park. I know a lot of people don't like this one, but I always have enjoyed this one. Yeah, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, I mean, yeah, I can watch. I mean, it does have its problems. with pacing, and it definitely falls short of Jurassic Park. In fact, I would say for me, Jurassic Park 3 is a better film. I don't know, just something about The Lost World. I mean, again, I can watch it, I can still enjoy it, but it is a flawed movie. But I felt that Jurassic Park 3, had more of a tighter pace. I liked that Sam Neill came back. And Jeff Goldblum's not bad in The Lost World, but I don't know, for some reason that always fell short for me, but I still like the film. I could watch it way more than Jurassic World, to be honest with you. But yeah, so he picked The Lost World. Number 5, Liar Liar. It is sad that they don't make comedies like this anymore. Ones that actually make you laugh, unlike Dumb and Dumber 2. I agree. Jim Carrey actually gives a great acting performance. The movie goes by at a fine enough pace. Everyone else does fine with what they had to do, but Jim Carrey steals the show. I could add more movies, but I want to let other people get a chance to have their say as well. So 5 is enough. But hey, that's fine too, man. And again, Liar Liar, that's another great comedy, from that year. And 1997 was a year had some good comedies. I mean, again, Liar Liar, George of the Jungle, which I just talked about, Vegas Vacations, it's a fun movie. It's not my favorite vacation film. I mean, I just remember that year having some good comedies. And again, Liar Liar's definitely one of them. It's a classic. It's a great, Jim Carrey comedy. And like you said, he definitely steals the show. But thank you, DJ, for the answers. Now on to Grand Theft Ruben. He says, that's a good one. One of my favorite films of my birth year is Chinese Box with Jeremy Iron and Gong Li, which I've never seen. Mr. Nice Guy with Jackie Chan and Richard Norton. Their last collaboration. Yeah, that's a fun Jackie Chan film, which I don't think I have. I need to really work on, getting more of Jackie Chan's films. I have a few of them, but, I definitely need to get more. But I have seen Mr. Nice Guy. Again, it's a fun Jackie Chan film. Beverly Hills Ninja. Yeah, another fun comedy of that year. And to me, the last good Chris Farley film. Nothing to Lose with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence, which I don't think I haven't seen it, but I think I have it. I think I do have that film, but again, I haven't seen it yet. Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah, great James Bond film. And honestly, to me, the last good Pierce Brosnan Bond film. After that, you had The World Is Not Enough, which is Die Another Day, which is not good. But Tomorrow Never Dies, yeah, exactly, definitely predicted the future, and how the media can, twist things and all that type of stuff. But yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies, again, great Bond movie. Drive with Mark Dacascos, an underrated kick-ass flick. I've never seen Drive, but I've heard a lot about it. Definitely would like to pick that up one day. Austin Powers, aka the rise of the 00 parody with the almighty Iron Mike Myers as Austin, Dr. Evil, and Fat Bastard. Yeah, I've only seen a little bit of the first one. Believe it or not, like, with that trilogy, those Austin Powers films, for some reason, I just never gotten around to watch them all the way. I've seen a little bit of the first movie, and that's it. I mean, but I do have all 3 of them in a collection pack somewhere behind me. But hey, Austin Powers, Once Upon a Time in China and America, aka the last Wong Fei-hung film starring Jet Li and is directed by Sammo Hung. Never seen it. Yeah, Con Air, which Law Man Beyond also mentioned, another great choice. Double Team, fun, enjoyable film with Van Damme, Dennis Rodman, and Mickey Rourke. I've never seen that one. I do have the film. I think it's part of a 2-pack or a 4-pack. I think it's you have Maximum Risk and Double Impact. I think it's a 2-pack that I have. somewhere in my collection. But that's one that I haven't seen yet, believe it or not. Face Off, because I laughed my ass off on Nick Cage saying face off, and the way he yelled, just over the top. Yeah. Face Off is one of those movies I think I liked way more when I first saw it, but, over the years, it's still like John Woo does a great job directing, but I think that Nicolas Cage for me gets a little bit too over the top. I know some people might say, well, that's the point, but I don't know. It's not my favorite John Woo film, if I can be perfectly honest. I mean, I much prefer, Hard Target or Broken Arrow or Hard Boiled even. The action scenes in Face Off is, good. The concept is, cool. John Travolta in the film, he does a good job. I almost wish that, really looking back, if they would have gotten Van Damme and Seagal for that, but I know, that's the same year where you have the story about, their beef and, how their feud, came about. I think it was the same year that, like, it was Stallone that had a party and Seagal was there. And, maybe somebody can clarify more on that story, but I think that's the same year that kind of started their beef. But it would have been cool to see that. But because of ego, or Stallone and Schwarzenegger. But again, probably because of ego, or Harrison Ford and Michael Douglas. I think that was considered at one point. Like, that would have been cool. But, I say all that. Face Off is still a good movie, but again, it's not my favorite of John Woo's. Fire Down Below with Steven Seagal, a.k.a. Seagal saving the village from the convoy himself. Chris Christopherson. Yeah, Fire Down Below is a good Seagal flick. I do have it as part of a Seagal 4-pack. Definitely been a while since I've seen the film, but Fire Down Below is a good one. Good Seagal flick. Next up, we have Sean Little. He says, I'm not sure I have a favorite. Well, let's see. I'll just name 2 for action adventure: The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Why? Because I've always liked dinosaurs, and I'm a fan of Jurassic Park. And for a comedy, I would say Bean, because I've always liked Rowan Atkinson playing Mr. Bean in the TV show, and here's his first cinema movie. A very good comedy. And again, with The Lost World, Jurassic Park, I could still watch the film. It's definitely a step down from Jurassic Park. It's a flawed movie, but I can still watch it. And again, I've never seen Bean. But thank you, Sean Little. And, lastly, Bobby Reynolds says Men in Black because it's awesome and funny. So I've noticed a little bit of a theme here. Men in Black is mentioned, a couple of times. The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Bean. But, again, thank you guys for your responses. Wild Man Beyond, DJ Donnelly, Grand Theft Ruben, Sean Little, Bobby Reynolds. Again, thank you for the responses. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.